Let's go course that computer.
Okay, so this week, you guys are going to be doing this, solving. I want you to put this at the top of your notebook. Okay, solving systems. So put that at the top of your notebook.
Put a time. Make sure I'm on the right camera. Select a microphone.
Okay, so solving systems. So remember that a system is more than one equation. Okay, for you guys that are watching this video, make sure you guys are putting this as kind of the first, you're putting this title first at the top of your page, and then the notes will kind of go down like this, and then down to here, okay? And then when you solve a system, you are looking for a solution. Okay, looking for a solution, and that solution is always going to be written like this. We're just going to put parentheses, a comma. Do you know what goes here? X and Y. Okay. Okay, so let's look at it like one example. So let's just say I have this equation, y equals x plus 3. Okay. I want to figure out a solution for that equation. So the question is, what is a solution? Okay, what is a solution for this? So what two numbers could you put into x and then to y to make this equal? What's that? X is 1. So if x is 1, what would y be? So like this. So I write x is 1. So that means I put 1 here. No, it doesn't matter what number. We could choose anything. So think about it like this. So 1 now plus 3. What would go here for y? 4. Okay, so 4. So that means that the solution would be 4. Okay, so these two numbers work for that equation. Okay, what's a different number you could do? What else would work? Let's say I chose 3. What would be the y? So remember, that's that one. So now if I plug in the 3 to x, remember this is your x. That means the 3 goes here. And then I add 3. So now what is the y? 6. Okay? So those two numbers work. So this works and that works. Now let's say I do this. Let me choose a different set of numbers. So let's say I say 2 and 7. Okay, and you think that's the solution. So if I choose 2 and 7, then for y, what number do I put? No, I want to put that one. So, because that's your y, and then what goes here? No, you gotta put that number in there. Now, what's 2 plus 3? 5. Does that work? Yeah, it doesn't work, right? That doesn't work. I mean, that is not a solution. Okay, it's not a solution. These are solutions because if I put the numbers in, we're good. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so now let's go up to example 2. Change the camera here. All right. So now, example 2. So now let's take that equation, y equals x plus 3. Okay. And we're going to add in one more equation. Okay. So now, again, I want two numbers that's going to make it work. Now, these numbers worked for that one, but this one's different. So if I chose, like, if I say 1 and 4, and I put a 1 there, what would I get?
1.
Let's say I tried 1 and 4. If I put 1 there, that's now minus 1. What's negative 1 plus 1?
Negative.
0. Because remember, minus and plus, subtract, right? Does that work? No. So that doesn't work. So it's going to be hard to find the numbers because, like, I got to find the numbers that work for this and this. So there's got to be an easier way. So what I want to do is make a graph. So in your notebook, make a graph. Okay, so make a graph in your notebook. And you don't need all these lines. Like I need the lines. You just need one going across and down because your notebook already has that in there. Okay. Okay, so now, first I'm going to graph this one. So I'm going to start with this. Remember that you need the M and the B. Do you know what the M is for this one?
Yeah. 1.
1. Okay, and what's the B?
B.
3. All right, so but the M is also slope, so we're going to just put that over. What number would we put it over?
1.
1. Good. So now let's do the same for this one. Okay. So now this one, what's the M?
Negative 1.
Mm-hmm. Negative 1 over 1. And what's the B?
Plus
1. Okay. So now let's graph that. So where do you start with this one?
3 plus 1.
Okay. Start at 3. Where do I go?
Right 1.
Okay. Right 1. And then what? I go up or down?
Down.
Oh, because remember this one's plus, it's positive. So I want to go up 1, then right 1. Now on your graph, you could keep going. You could go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. So you go ahead and graph it. Okay, but I can't. So I'm going to go back down the other way. I'm going to go down 1, left 1, and kind of go down this way. Down 1, left 1. Okay, but you would just keep going up, right, up, right. So now I connect my dots. All right. And now I need to graph the next one. This one here. So negative, we're going to start at 1. And now this one, since it's negative, where are we going? Down, and then right. Always go right. Positive go up, negative go down, but always go right. Okay? So negative 1, we go down 1, right 1. Down 1, right 1. Okay? And if I go back the other direction, you'll see it touches there. Because then now if I go back, up and left, there's my line. Okay? So now my solution, my answer is right there. It's where they touch, it's where they intersect. What is that called right there?
1 over 1.
It's not, well, it's negative 1 and 2. It's up 2 because it's 1, 2. So my answer for this question is -1 and 2. That point right there. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. Okay, so this is called solve, meaning find the answer by graphing. So solve by graphing. So that's what we call that. So we can figure out this answer by graphing, make a graph, or we can solve an equation. Okay? So I'm going to take the same ones, same equations. Okay. Zoom in for you guys that are watching a little bit here. And we're going to solve this time. This is called solve algebraically. Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, this is solve algebraically. Okay. So go ahead and write that down. All right, so what we're going to do here, now what I want you to notice here is they both have y equals. Okay, so that's important. You have both have y equals. Okay, if you have y equals, then what we're going to do is, since that's the same, that means this equals this. So what I do is x plus 3, I take that first part, and then this part, and I make them equal like this. Okay, so I write that down. Okay, now I can solve the equation just like any other equation. Okay, so here, just like you were doing before, what I want to do is, since these are just x, what number is that? 1. So let's go ahead and put the 1 in there just to help me solve it. Okay, so now on this side, remember I want x, so that means I'm going to take away 3 from both sides. And then on this side, I just want the numbers, so I take away the x. So I add 1x both sides. Okay, these will cancel, and these will cancel. So that means now I'm going to add 1x plus 1x is 2x. 1 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, and now divide. Okay, divide by 2. X equals -1. But remember, in the first answer, I didn't just have x minus 1, I also had y. So to find the y now, I take my 1, and where do I put it? I pick an equation. Okay, so I'm going to pick an equation. So this is called find y. Okay, I'm going to pick the easy one because there's no negatives here. All right. So now, since I have x, I take my -1 and I put it there. So I plug it in. Okay. So now that x that I found, I put it into the equation, this one. And now -1 plus 3 is, +2. Okay, and there's the same answer. Right? So -1 and now 2. But remember, your answer always has to be xy. Okay, so what I want to write my answer as, just like before, -1, 2. Okay, always write your answer with parentheses in there as well. Okay, so now let's say I have y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Okay. say 2, 1, 7, 1. So let's first start with graphing the first one. And then we'll write down the second equation after this. Since I'm kind of making this one up. All right. Okay, so remember we're going to start at 3. And then how much are we going to go up?
1.
Up 1 and then what?
The 2 right.
2 right. Okay. So I can't keep going, so now I'm going to go back the other way. So instead of going up 1, now I go down 1 and then left 2. All right. So then I'll keep going. So down 1, left 2. So that's about right there. Okay. And now the next equation we'll do is, we'll say negative 1 over 2x plus 1. Okay. So now we start that one at 1. Remember, first down 1, and then we always go right. Down 1, right. But I need to know where does this line touch the other line, right? So I need to go back the other way. So I go up 1, left 2, there's the answer. All right, and then I do one more point, up 1, left 2. Now I can finish my line. So what's the answer?
1.
Remember, we're going to go first.
3, negative 3.
That's 1, 2.
Up.
And then up 1, 2. So positive 2. So negative 2, negative, or positive 2. Okay? And there's your solution. So remember, was that graphing or algebra? Which one did we use?
Yeah.
Graphing. Okay? Now we could do algebra, but it'd be harder because it's fractions. Okay? We can make them equal like this, but sometimes it's easier if it's a fraction. Okay? Let's just graph it. Now we can do the same thing and find the answer.